Howdy, folks. I'm Jeff,
And I'm John.
and we are the
J&J Show.
on a road trip.
On a road trip. We're north of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
We had a special invite to the Equipment and Tool Institute, and oh my gosh, this has been so neat.
It's awesome, the technology and the super things that are here. And then we ran into this lady right here.
All the manufacturers and tool equipment, and we've got Kim right here with. Kim, tell us who you're with.
You busted on that one.
I am with Associated Equipment Corp., and we are celebrating our 75th year making battery chargers, booster cables, and battery testers here in the United States out of St. Louis, Missouri.
And you said y'all are one of the last ones still making product in the United States.
That is correct. We make our chargers in the U.S. and we supply repair parts. We have chargers that are 50 years old that people come back and get repaired from us.
And the big deal, when we talk about battery chargers, we're used to just plugging in the unit, and we got like the low charge, the medium charge, or the starting charge. But now with the new technology, there's another group of chargers.
Mm-hmm. We have the charging capability. We have a new group of chargers that comes out, and you can actually adjust because different battery manufacturers with their chemistries require different charging profiles. And so when we first came out with chargers, they had a particular profile. 16 volt would typically be enough to jumpstart a vehicle or knock the sulfation off the plates. But an AGM battery can't take that type of charge. So we keep those regulated, kind of similar to where you regulate an alternator. But even within that 14.4 volts, there may be different levels of amperage that you want to maintain for your battery charge. And so we have variable battery chargers that are also available.
And when we talk about AGM, the AGM you guys are used to, you know, the batteries they put in, the spiral batteries they put in the Jeeps and the off-road vehicles. But now so many of the manufacturers, and you were talking with us because you guys come to Equipment and Tool Institute because you have access to the OEs, and you were telling us a story about 12 years ago, was it in 2010, that they started using AGM?
They started actually with the 99 Prius, and that was our first foray. But in 2010, a lot of the vehicles were coming out, and it was the Grand Cherokee. And so when Chrysler came out with that vehicle, we actually had an AGM charger that was ready to go, and they sent that out to all the dealerships to make sure that when they were charging those vehicles at the shops, that they were charging them at the right profile.
And a lot of the folks don't know that different manufacturers have been putting AGMs for several years.
Exactly. The manufacturers didn't always identify the AGM batteries, and sometimes they were getting overcharged, and you wouldn't know that it was charged until the warranty was sent back to the factory and they'd cut the battery open and see that the plates were damaged, something that wasn't always visible.
From the outside. And so the consumer a lot of times doesn't even know that it has the AGM until they get it replaced, and all of a sudden we're talking about a $250 battery, and they're like, what happened to the 79, the 99?
That's only if that battery's on sale, buddy. That $200 is a regular battery today.
So that's one of the big deals. But by having access to the OEs, that's what allows y'all to stay on top of the game.
That's right.
And the other big deal now is because of programming and reflashing, y'all have another system that takes care of that.
That's right. We have a few different models that are used for vehicle reflashing. Some of the import vehicles will use the chargers and they'll move them as they're coming off the ships, and they'll be maintaining power while they're reflashing the vehicle as it's moving into the lot or into the trucks.
Oh,
That is one of the things that we do. They also are used for reflashing. So we have anywhere from 40 to 70 to 100, 110 amp.
So like some of these are like portable ones?
Mm-hmm.
That they're, oh my gosh, that would be neat if you had the car out in your driveway, and instead of pulling it in, you could just put up the portable one that would supply enough energy to the ones that where they run the battery down because the alternator was bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been here all week. So tell us about the folks a little bit more about ETI and
What does it mean to you?
As far as also, they've started a new affiliate program.
The affiliate program, I think, is great because it gives an opportunity for shop owners and other people to participate in ETI. And what I get out of ETI is the opportunity to hear from people like you who are shop owners and the people who are in the field and, in my opinion, are my customers. Technicians and shop owners are our customers, and that is the feedback we need to know. What are the problems you guys are having in your shop that we can help deal with and simplify it? It doesn't have to be a super expensive tool. Sometimes it's a simple solution. It's that not overthinking things, if you will. And so that opportunity to see the OEs, to hear what they have to say and what some of their future plans are, as well as, what you guys are seeing in the field currently and some of the problems that you have in your shops that perhaps we can help identify and solve.
So you see a whole lot of value in bringing in more folks like us.
Absolutely, absolutely, because so much of auto care and the auto aftermarket is the parts, but it's really the tools and equipment that you need to put those parts in, and it's the people. And so I think that tool and equipment isn't always well represented in the industry, but we're a big, important part of it.
Yeah, definitely are. And then also with all the new technology, because of the reflashing, because of the programming, and a lot of folks don't really understand now that the alternators are kind of like on demand, so they're not charging that battery all the time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's more important to be able to have the right tools and equipment in our shops.
Right tools and right technology and the best training. That's what we teach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He likes to leave training out for some reason.
So if you could say anything to the audience out there about being members of ETI or considering coming in this affiliate membership, what would you tell them?
I think it's a great value to network with shop owners. Sometimes they even bring in technicians, as well as other suppliers in the industry and the OEs. It's really a good overall perspective for the people who support the tool and equipment part of the industry, whether it's to the independent shops or the dealerships. It's that full range of support, and I think that's a great, you don't really get that all in one place in a couple of intense days.
Yeah, and most trade shows, when you go out, who do you send to the trade shows? Usually just the salespeople.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And they're just trying to sell the equipment. If you have a problem or a complaint, they'll go, "Oh, I'll pass that on." And
Yeah. Here you get the meat. You get the person that knows.
That's right.
She came over and was asking us, and then the other thing that she had said was she saw a lot of value in the shop owners panel, and she wasn't even saying that. It was just like, oh my gosh, she didn't. So that was a neat deal for us to hear.
She seen me right before lunch. She said, "You know that guy you hang with?" I said, "Yeah, his buddy Jeff. He did a good job."
Anyways, that's what's going on our road trip. And as always, we appreciate you watching.